All right, welcome back, match players. Just a nice, quick little break there before our semifinals here. We have Michelle coming back on the Izzet Murktide, and we have Anthony on Temur Rhinos. He's one of the ones that we haven't seen today. The other match going on is Patrick, who we just saw playing against Alex, who was on Amulet Titan. So we're seeing this one here. So let's see how this match is going to go. We took a look at Michelle's deck list not too long ago, so we won't really go into that. It's the Izzet Murktide list, so it's usually pretty stock with a couple of sweet, spicy stuff here and there. What is Anthony working with? Pretty stock, or
pretty stock? Just Temur Rhinos, what you would expect from it. I'd say the one thing that he's got that used to be pretty stock, but just more fallen out of favor, is he's on 3 Brazen Bars right now.
3 Brazen Bars. I like that a lot. I think this matchup probably pretty decent. Being able to get rid of big old Murktides that he can't deal with.
The Ledger Shredders,
the Ledger Shredders, yeah.
There's a Meta Call as well. The Brazen Borrowers give the Temur Rhinos a chance against the Domain Rhinos pre-board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because if the Domain deck goes Leyline turn 0 into Scion turn 2, the Temur deck has a really, really hard time with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just being able to Brazen Borrower that Leyline away.
Other than that, 3 copies of Subtlety, 3 copies of Tidebinder, 3 copies of Flame of Anor, playset of Fire Ice, 2 Dead Gone. Anthony is on the, I'd say, stock at this point. 1 Hedge Maze, 1 Thundering Falls? Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to remember all these names, too. It's like, Thundering Falls? Oh, okay.
And pretty stock as far as it goes for Temur Rhinos on Anthony's side.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to take a quick little peek at the deck lists. So we are going to kind of bring this up again, but this is the semifinals of the last qualifying season. I believe both of these players are actually already locked in for the top 16.
I don't think Anthony is.
Maybe Anthony's not. He hasn't played a whole lot.
I think Anthony took some of the season off, so he's far enough back that he's not in contention here.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, spoken to a lot of people, looked at a lot of names, and a lot of numbers were pointing.
True.
Either way, Anthony is here. Semifinals of a 1K, so he's here to play Magic. He does it well. He's been on Rhinos played Rhinos for a long time. He's very good at it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely good. I think he's essentially got the whole deck foiled out. I don't think he's missing anything non-foil, so we get to look at more pretty decks.
I know he has his deck, I believe, is foiled. I know he doesn't have 4 foil subtleties, but he's only running 3. So I think he dodged that problem because with that.
Just not playing it. Just don't have a 4th foil. Okay, I guess we're just not playing 4 then. But definitely cool. Yeah, I believe Michelle is locked. I think she was like 9th or 10th or something going into this, so she's definitely solid.
Either way, if she was in that general area for contention after finishing top 4 for this event, that's going to be enough points to push her up.
Oh, maybe he is playing the 4 subtleties. Look at that subtlety that's hanging out in his hand. It is non-foil.
Maybe he just
he's playing
decided to put a non-foil one in the other foils.
Don't like it.
He's even got those promo cat Violent Outbursts.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Turn 1 Thundering Falls for Anthony.
Surveil.
Leaving it on top.
Yes, and on Mutavault with Seiju, Shauna's Tidebinder, the Violent Outburst, and the Subtlety. You start with the good old DRC, Darcy.
With a Lightning Bolt, and a Holy Heat. Mystery Rainforest. Ragavan for turn. I think the Ledger Shredder. Your hand as well.
Yeah, not too bad here. Going in for 1. Yeah, so with these open deck lists, you kind of know that, like, jamming your Ragavan here doesn't really hit you a whole lot.
Yeah, dashing it here on the draw for Michelle, and Anthony's going to be able to, when she should be expecting Anthony to be able to get a Crashing Footfalls get Rhino tokens into play. Oops. Tidebinder stifle that fetch.
Okay. He's just going to snap that off here. Just kind of thinking. It's a creature artifact that uses the ability, so it still counters it, unfortunately. But
Yeah, that Tidebinder will always stifle that original trigger that you're aiming for, assuming Tidebinder resolves. After that point, if it's removed, it gets the ability back.
Yeah.
But that one ability you have got hit with that stifle effect will not resolve.
Yeah. Give it a good old tippity tap.
I think it's a subtlety, a second Tidebinder, a land, and a violent outburst.
Just thinking here. Okay, so that gets countered. You're just thinking about doing the bolt. Ugh. Stifling fetch lands. Ew. Doesn't virtually do a whole lot because she does still have her second land in hand. Just kind of lame.
The thing it does hurt for Michelle is it puts her a turn back from being able to play the Ledger Shredder and block Rhinos while keeping it in play.
Yeah. She does have land. I was thinking how quick she can get to Delirium, because she could bolt, and for instant, she'll have instant land in the yard. And then maybe she's just gonna unholy heat the Tidebinder. No, she's gonna
Smartly firing off the bolt, keeping the heat, which is able to kill Rhinos.
Keeping it on top. Pitching. Another
heat in the graveyard.
Interesting. Okay. That seems fine. Maybe draw something else here. Like, that's Preordain. That's not too shabby. So she got a couple of options here. I mean, having that third lane would have been nice this turn. But she can still Preordain, maybe activate, like turn on her Darcy's plus her Unholy Heats. She can also Ragavan dash in. And then Preordain afterwards, or she could also just play Ragavan.
Start with the Preordain.
So, surveilling. Any non-instant land or sorcery spell helps turn on Darcy. Like even a Bob. I mean, with Bobble you would just keep, right? You might just get to cast it for free. Okay, she's gonna bitch it. That's totally fine. Yeah, this will turn on Delirium. Oh, even better.
Every time.
Yeah, expressive. Okay, sure.
Putting the land in hand, expressive iteration on top. Guessing we'll see a Spiral Canal, probably putting a Ragavan into play at this point.
Yeah.
Getting in for
Attack three. Yeah, this being open to... I mean, Anthony does know that she does have Spell Pierces in the main. So, I mean, now might be a good time for him to try to pop off a Violent Outburst. So if he drew... I didn't see what he drew for turn. Or Shardless Agent. Doing just suspend her. Okay, so he drew Rhinos. Yeah, that would have been definitely probably played a little bit earlier, but...
Yeah, Anthony able to just suspend that for free right now. He still has the 3 mana to either play Tidebinder or Violent Outburst.
Yeah.
The doesn't have double blue, so wouldn't have been able to hardcast the Subtlety anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been like the right move.
Mm-hmm. Right. Just gonna main phase Violent Outburst. Setting with Subtlety into Shauna's.
Yeah, I like this. He knows it's safe. He knows Michelle's not on Force of Negation main deck, so just slam that when she's tapped out, get his 4/4s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no counter spells.
Got some Snorlax
More
Pokemon cards. These ones are 4/4 Rhinos.
Yeah. Drawing the expressive for this turn. So she can still... She's a Holy Heat is active, which is nice. But then do you want to Shredder this turn?
I think I like just getting Shredder in play, just to try and get it into the get it to a size you can start blocking Rhinos.
Yeah. And then heat one of the Rhinos.
That's a big thing in the Murktide Rhinos match, where that lets the Murktide players sort of stall and draw their counter spells, draw their answers. You can sort of chip away with your DRC while your Shredder locks down the ground.
She's gonna draw a counterspell and looks like pitch the counterspell and keep the expressive iteration in her hand. Because I think her hand right now is just the 2 cards. Yes, just counterspell and expressive, keeping expressive. Yeah, because expressive will definitely allow her next turn to trigger Shredder again.
Yes.
Yeah, if she didn't, then something is very wrong. Like, I mean, I guess unless it's triple land. But then hitting 4 lands off the top, like you have to go draw land for turn, expressive into land.
Mm-hmm.
Very unlikely, also would be very unfortunate.
Anthony drawing a Lorien revealed here.
Yeah. That ship, too bad. It does give him the other blue mana that he would need in order to hardcast Subtlety instead of having to pitch cast it.
Anthony's deciding to just pass here.
Yeah. Alright, so she drew land for turn. So we're guaranteed a land drop, which is a fetch. But then he does have a bunch of mana. We know that he has the Tishana's Tidebinder in hand. She does not. Expressive iteration.
Let's see if Anthony's going to shut down the DRC here.
Okay. Yeah, just make it a 1/1.
No surveils anymore. Going to slow down Michelle's draw smoothing.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon. Double Blood Moon.
Double Blood Moon, and then a land. Oof.
And fortunate. She's using the mana to cast it right now, but the Blood Moon's not going to do anything anyway. Anthony has the Lorien revealed in hand. So if he... And the forest up, he can just cycle, grab that basic island, and he's good to go.
Yeah.
Blood Moon going to hand. Steam Vents in exile.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for a brick there for the Shredder. So now we're looking for like Murktide, another Bolt to turn on the Darcy again. Another Unholy Heat would be nice. Let's see multiple expressive iterations like we saw earlier.
And she's done it every other time she's been on stream. Why not now?
Yeah. I mean, these Rhino decks do have the capability of kind of fighting up to par. I mean, just playing a bunch of 4/4s. I mean, he's got 2 more 4/4s coming in 3 turns, so Michelle's not, on a tight clock right now, just because they're relatively even here. So
at this point, Anthony has that inevitability with the Rhinos coming.
Yeah.
And Michelle really only has the Ledger Shredder. Yeah. The DRC turned off. That's not doing much. The Ragavan's not getting through with a 4/4. Michelle
passing,
choosing to play the Misty Rainforest from hand, leaving the Sacred Foundry in exile. Anthony cycling Lorien revealed on Michelle's end step.
Island.
Yep, basic island.
Island. Yeah, definitely good. Protect yourself from Blood Moon. He knows that they're in the mains. It's open deck list, so that is very good information to have. Okay. I'm also disappointed in him that he doesn't have one of the Champs Mutavaults. The sweet boardless ones.
We'll make sure to talk to him about that.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, coming in with the Rhinos. Okay, this is interesting. This is also kind of a tell for Michelle, because it's like, did he draw? Yeah, so he drew a Charlotte's Agent. So it's kind of a tell, like, attacking with your Rhino, because that essentially makes Ragavan a free attack, right? Because then he could block it with Tishana's and then turn on the
Darcy. Which gives Anthony a 3/3 back. Or gives Michelle a 3/3 back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a win-win for Michelle there.
Yeah.
But just playing the Charlotte's Agent, getting more Rhinos is going to do a lot. The Ledger Shredder will trigger.
Yeah, so she has an opportunity to draw a counter spell here, which would be absolutely phenomenal for her. Going pretty far in this time. Where is it? It's in there somewhere. Wow, it's going real far down.
You've got 2 more in there.
Yeah. I think it has 3 force negations in there, so that's great for Michelle thinking, oh man.
Well, at this point, he's
free.
like deep enough down where it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There
we go. Now the chances of drawing footfalls are just so much higher.
Very true. Yes. Yes, we have it. So Michelle's going to be knowing that this top, I don't know, what's that, 8 cards, 10 cards?
Okay, so she did draw a discard. What did she draw?
I did not see. Yeah. She did not hesitate to ditch that blood move from her hand, though.
Yeah.
Anthony putting
Mewtwo?
Yeah. Mewtwo's in for Rhinos now. He's mixing his Pokemon cards.
It was a Murktide.
That one was worth keeping.
Yeah.
With Anthony at 10, Murktide can block a Rhino, leave her with chump blockers to survive, and be able to get there the next turn.
Yeah, and she can afford to just delve away a bunch of stuff because that Darcy ain't doing anything anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So she get an island here to save life a little bit.
She have a Thundering Pulse?
She does have that, but it's also, do you want to sack the Fiery Island? Like, do you want to actually draw a card, or do you want to surveil? Maybe she wants to surveil. Okay, yeah, so she's going to do that. Maybe look for another spell, because, I mean, going, like hitting an Unholy Heat would be great.
Yes.
Like, Unholy Heat the Tidebinder, and then you get your Darcy back online, hit for 3, puts it 7, play Murktide for a bunch, and then
play the Murktide. Play the Murktide first, keeping Delirium if that's an option. Push for 7, put Anthony to 3, leaving him in bolt range.
You have enchantment, artifact. She would be able to still leave it up. Alright, just getting rid of a land. Draw. That was
another land, I think.
I don't know. I see, Michelle.
I think it's a Blue Delta.
Blue Delta. Oof. Not really what you want to see there. I mean, she can still draw and then hopefully hit a 1 or 0 drop. And then trigger Shredder. Because you can stack the Fiery Islet. But she doesn't know what to do. I mean, she'll like probably still, playing the Delta. Yeah, sacking.
Well, looks like that's what she's doing.
Yeah, you also don't need to delve for the full amount. Because you also saw, I think, 3 Dead Gons. Either two or 3 Dead Gons in the bottom of Anthony's.
Yeah, we're in the 2. Anthony's running 2.
So she saw both of those. Plus, like, multiple Flame of Venors in the bottom. So just as long as you make it bigger than 5, then I think you're set.
Yeah, I think Michelle's would be likely to be going to make it a 7/7, which keeps it
huge.
So connect with Shredder. Murktide's lethal next turn.
Yeah. John Spell Pierce a little late.
Yeah, probably a bit too late to really impact this.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's fine. I mean, because she can. I mean, a bolt would have been great because then you could still bolt Tidebinder, play for Shredder, and then attack for 3, 6 in the air.
Ideally 7 if she's able to connive.
Yeah. I think we're going Murktide.
Dropping the Murktide.
Yeah, making it nice and big, and we just attack with Tidebinder. I mean, he's got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage on board total, and then 12 of it tramples, but this Murktide is going to be absolutely ginormous.
It's Michelle keeping land, artifact, sorcery, enchantment in the graveyard to have Delirium.
And then plus some other miscellaneous stuff, just exiling a bunch of spells.
Exiling 5 instant sorceries. Yeah. She's got an 8/8 flyer.
Pretty big. Yeah, keeping Delirium plus getting Murktide for the full value is definitely awesome for her. Yeah, so it'll be big. Sounds like, do you want to play conservatively? I don't think the clock is any different, so I think attacking doesn't really do a whole lot, right? Because you still need to get in multiple attacks with Shredder in order for it to do anything. Mm-hmm. And the Murktide just kills him next turn anyway.
And we know, assuming that Michelle's been paying attention, which she likely is, she's like usually very cognizant of stuff like this. She realizes that Anthony does not have the Dead Gons right now.
Yeah.
He does have the subtlety in hand to block though, so he can buy some time here.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because you kind of got to do it now, right? Like you have to main phase it because if she gets on tap with 2 mana, then you might just not have a chance.
True.
Okay, so he's just gonna attack for 12, just 12, just her life total. I think you still have to just block a Rhinos here with all of your big dudes.
Murktide and Shredder blocks are free.
Yeah.
The question is, which does she block? She blocked the Snorlax and Mewtwo.
Oh, the Mewtwo. Mewtwo's much more threatening. Snorlax just hanging out, just taking a nap. Oh, man. Shredder Trigger there would have been so good. Trading with Rhinos. I mean, she can still trade with a Rhino. I mean, like, double blocking a Rhino with, like, a DRC plus a Shredder.
Sure, put the Ragavan there. Like, the Ragavan's not doing anything at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the DRC still has the capability of being turned online.
I'm imagining a Bolt's either going to be held for the potential subtlety. There it is, yeah, blocking with the Ragavan.
And then no blocks on the Snorlax.
You called the Pokemon right too.
Yep.
Getting rid of one of the Mewtwo's.
Uh-huh. So he's gonna ship it.
Choosing to pass. Michelle
Sure,
drawing
yeah.
the other Blood Moon.
Oh my gosh. Come on, man.
She can't.
Do what she could do.
Blood Moon and Spell Piercer on Blood Moon?
Yes. To trigger her own Shredder.
Anthony flashing in subtlety before blocks.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely risky. Okay, so that's fine. Block here.
Yeah, blocking the Murktide, taking 3 off free from the Shredder. Michelle can block the Tidebinder, take 6, go to 2. She's casting the Blood Moon here.
Yeah, I think that's just right. Like, I think that's just correct. He can't activate the Mutavault now. Because if
there you go. No, yeah, absolutely.
So if he activate Mutavault, she would be
no
gone.
trails.
She'd be gone.
I do remember that DRC has no abilities because the
Yeah.
Tidebinder.
Yeah. I mean, make 2 Rhinos is fine. Can't really do much about that.
See if Michelle's going to fire off the Spell Pierce here just to tax the mana. Nope.
Yeah. Draws another Crashing Footfalls.
Footfalls and Shardless Agent in hand.
I think this...
Michelle should have this at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much that Anthony can do. I mean, Dead Gone really is the only thing that would have done it for him here. I mean, I guess also Flames of Venor would have helped. Tishana's wouldn't have done it. I believe he's on probably at least 1 Otawara, I would hope. Yeah, he does have 1 Otawara, so that would have helped also. But I mean, she can stave off enough damage where she survives, and then this just has lethal in the air. Tag, turn sideways.
Full swing by Anthony.
Yeah, just as long as you don't block Rhinos.
If she blocks anything, any of a non-trample creature, she's good.
Yeah.
Blocking the Tidebinder, so that should be game for Michelle.
Yeah. Oof! Holy moly,
Close
what a
one.
close game. Oh, man.
And Anthony
What a
scoops it up.
good one. Man, we've been having some good games in
Absolutely,
this
yes.
so far.
A lot of really close ones,
This is the
really
magic
tight
we love to
games.
see.
It's exactly what you want to see when you're playing a competitive event.
Yeah. It's also nice too. One thing I always love about being behind the scenes and having, put the perfect information is people will always surprise you. You're just like, man, if I'm thinking in this spot, like, I don't know he has this, but I'm thinking, like, what if they have this? Or, like, what about this? And then, I'm just going to make these plays. And then they just do something completely different. And you're like, whoa, okay, like, sure. And take a little peek. See, so let's take a look at some sideboards. So we have Anthony's sideboard. So he's got 2 Urtai's Scorns. He has another Tishana's Tidebind on the side. He's got 2 Blood Moon in the side, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Brotherhood's Ends, 4 Endurances. and 2 Force of Vigor. So might be looking at some Endurances and some Brotherhood's End coming up, and then the Mystical Dispute's also going to be good. Don't really need the Blood Moons in this matchup. Probably hurt you a little bit more than they hurt your opponent. The Tidebinders are pretty good, decent game 1. Kind of hitting some fetch lands, but we'll kind of see how they go game 2, because it does cost 3. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more proactive with answering opponents' threats instead of kind of waiting until they do something.
On the flip side, the Tidebinder can counter or stifle the suspend trigger when you cast the Violent Outburst of Shardless Agent.
Yeah.
And also stops a Crashing Footfall from coming off of suspend.
Yeah.
So, like, it does have some play in the matchup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on Anthony's side. Yeah, like Anthony bringing... No, you're good. Yeah. But on Michelle's side, definitely, because she's got 2 in the side, I think we saw earlier.
Shit, 2 in the main.
2 in the main. Yeah, so definitely not bad in this matchup. For her on her side.
Yes, getting ahead of myself. Leave the wrong list here. Michelle's sideboard got 1 Brotherhood's End, 1 Caster to the Fire, 2 Chalice of the Void, definitely coming in.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the sideboard for the Cascade matchup.
Yes.
1 Cursed Totem, 2 Engineered Explosives, also most likely coming in. They kill Rhino tokens.
Oh, yeah.
1 Magus of the Moon, 2 Mystical Dispute, 2 Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Subtlety, 1 Saheeli Sublime Artificer. I guess there's those 4 that I mentioned, the Chalices and the Engineered Explosives.
Yeah.
There's thought potentially to bring in the Mystical Disputes just to sort of fight those counter magic wars. Like, that could probably go either way.
Yeah, I think she is thinking the same thing. I think we're going double Dispute, and then the full 4 of the hate pieces. Yeah, 2 Chalice, 2 Engineered, 2 Disputes. So bringing in 6 cards here. Probably looking to maybe
cutting some lightning bolts, cutting some unholy heats.
Yeah. Yeah, and Unholy Heat I don't mind too much in this matchup just because it does kill rhinos pretty efficiently. But like 1 for 1ing with a rhino, well, 1 for 2ing for the rhino.
You 2 for 1ing yourself to cast your burn spell? Yeah. It's not really where you want to be in the matchup.
No, yeah. Like, they're definitely not good. Going towards more like, I just want these off the board. Brisbane are also not a bad option. But I mean, if you're trying to go more towards hate pieces, it's kind of just the same thing as Unholy Heat, but just worse. In a way, just because Unholy Heat's such a clean answer, while Brazen Borrower, a little bit more flexible, is also just cost 2.
True. Yeah.
So
we see Michelle cutting the Saheeli, cutting the 1 white border Blood Moon, leaving the black border.
Yeah. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, very important to note that.
Yeah.
Cutting some baubles, it looked like there.
Cutting out 2 baubles, cutting out 3 baubles. 4 baubles? Okay, cutting baubles, Blood Moon plus Saheeli. So she's just straight going into, I'm going to have an answer for everything you play. I'm going to have a bunch of counter magic, bunch of removal, leaving everything in.
I think is a good way to play this matchup. You stop rhinos from being on the board.
Yeah.
And you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What Anthony brought in here. Maybe we'll see a couple sideboards options from him. The deck does go through a lot of cards. Both of these decks look at a lot of cards, so getting ready for this classic Magic shuffling. Shuffle. Oh, I was trying to take a little peeksy there, but didn't really get much info.
He's not Lauren or the Fire Ice.
Yep,
but they're still in the deck.
Fantastic. Okay. Anthony being on the play this game again. See, I believe in his opening hand, because I believe he was on 1 gemstone in the main, unless I read that. I think it was maybe the... but yeah, he's on... No, he did have a gemstone in the main. Gemstone Caverns in the main. So he's able to side that out now, since he's for sure on the play. If he wants to.
It does not have a Boseiju or an Ottawa or anything like that in the side. I know that some of the Rhinos lists that you see sometimes have another one of the channel lands. You can sort of swap your dead colorless land for a land that kind of doubles as a spell.
Yeah.
Anthony decided to just go for 15 like real actual spells in the sideboard.
Yeah, seems totally reasonable. Anthony was not liking that hand. I did not catch any of it, so he's gonna ship it though. Michelle, I think, is keeping hers. I think it was double Spire Bluff, Bolt, Unholy Heat, Mystical Dispute. Oh, Anthony's on Rhino, Subtlety, Lorne Revealed, Otawara,
Violent Outburst,
Boseiju, Endurance. So not too bad. So with Boseiju, that is just a forest Oh, you're gonna go Spire Bluff.
Anthony's
and
hand
Darcy.
puts Rhinos into play on turn 3. So
Yeah.
he's doing the thing.
Yeah.
Turn 1, Cycle Lorien revealed for him.
Yeah.
Edge
Surveillance. Wait, but he needs to not get the Hedge Mage, right?
Sure, you can't cast the Violent
He
Outburst.
needs a red source.
Yeah, if the land's in hand, you can't cast Violent Outburst.
Yeah. I think he realized what he just did. I kind of saw him for a second. It's a Fire Ice. That's fine. It's right on top.
He might have said... Michelle's laughing. I think he said it. So
Yeah.
She might know too right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Anthony, no. My boy. What have they done to my boy? Oh, no.
And Michelle's looking at Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat, Mystical Dispute, Island, Spire Bluff Canal, and then one more fetch land after this one. I wonder if Michelle's going to fire off the... oh, no, Surveil.
Zero.
Lightning Bolt face to get the Surveil at the RC to try and kill Delirium right now.
I'm about sending a message.
Yeah, go full aggro. Michelle taking the smart play, unlike what we were talking about, and getting the Surveil land while she can, not getting stifled by the Tidebinder again.
Yes. Yeah, this is fine. Pass. Okay, so doing this Prevail thing. I really hope Anthony doesn't get punished that hard for getting that land. Like,
You can cast the Endurance, so he can take out Michelle's DRC if she attacks with it.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, if he misses that red source or doesn't find a Shardless Agent, he's gonna be struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, because he already had the green-blue ready to go. Somber Ground. Force. Yeah, play Otawara.
I'm sure
that
Michelle's
feels so bad.
Yeah, I'm sure Michelle's also happy to see that he's playing the Otawara.
Yes.
That's one fewer thing that deals with their Murktide regions.
Oh, yeah.
Play.
I mean, just got a Spire Bluff, and then you've opened Mystical Dispute. And if he wants to force it, well, actually, I don't even think she... I mean, that also seems kind of bad, huh? Because he's just stoked to force it, because then she loses the Dispute plus the Darcy.
Michelle choosing to play the fetch land rather than the Spire Bluff.
Okay. Maybe she's going to hold on the Spire Bluff for later on for Shredder.
That's an option, yeah.
Yeah, because she's sitting on fetch and island, so...
Anthony, end of turn Endurance.
I think that's okay.
It might be in combat.
Yeah. Fetch Rooney.
Fetching an island into play for Michelle.
Maybe she's trying to trip Anthony up with... Ooh, maybe I do have Blood Moons in my deck.
You just still have one.
Yeah, she just has to have the one. She does have the other island in her hand, so she'll be able to stick with the double blue. I think she's going to try to dispute here.
Okay. Full retail dispute.
Yeah.
Forced by Anthony, exiling the Fire Ice.
You could still do it in response to the Surveil trigger.
Another
It's gonna
land
have
in
been
the
a
grave.
land. And then counter the dispute. And then Michelle Wilson with a bolt, a heat, and a bunch of lands. So that's going to get exiled. It is relevant.
Pulling Michelle all the way off Delirium, emptying the graveyard there.
Okay, it looks like he did do an end of turn. So.
I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
He was able to hardcast the Force as well, and
Yes.
just seeing what Michelle was going to do. Just gave him options.
Yeah.
You take a damage.
Yeah.
Putting 8 power into play if you resolve your spells. Like,
sure.
It's fine.
Sitting on a counter spell now, too. You can go fetch into a land and then leave open bolt plus unholy heat plus counter spell. Oh my gosh, so good. Oof. Coming in. So Michelle's actually at 15 and Anthony's going to 17. And he's got another
Second
endurance. She's like, "Are you serious?" I mean, do you want to counter it? Let's fetch. Fetch first. Foily endurance on the stack.
The pre-release promo endurance.
So cool.
Fetching an island. Michelle fetching an island. So it's 2 in play. Her third one's in hand.
Yeah. I think she's thinking just countering here and then trying to race, even though she's a little bit behind, but she does have answer, like Unholy Heat.
Yeah, keeping the other nerds out of play is probably a good move right here. She can double spell to kill a Rhino if Anthony does the Cascade, which isn't great, but Anthony does need to draw well here.
Yeah. That is a Crashing Footfalls. Oh, man. Getting that land is rough.
Anthony in for 3, putting Michelle to 11. Suspend Footfalls.
All right. Now is kind of the race is on. She's got a couple of turns here. It's an expressive.
Big draw.
That's exactly what she wants here.
Big draw for Michelle.
This is essentially going to probably turn on Delirium on its own. I mean, Delirium is a little bit more difficult for her now that she doesn't have baubles.
True.
Yeah. But I mean, she can hit a creature, like just Delirium, and hit a creature into the yard, and then she'll get that sorcery in there, so she's going to get one off. Gonna leave it there. Expressive. Ooh, explosives, Ragavan, and a land.
Explosive do make up for the the changes in Delirium by cutting those baubles. So a bit less likely, but still good to have. Putting that in hand, bottoming the land, which is smart because she's got a handful of them right now.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to get dashed Ragavan here?
Yeah, she would still have
the land.
Have the red up and even like
counter
2 mana for a counterspell. Dash here. Anthony doesn't have another blue card. He's got Violent Outburst plus
Subtlety.
Okay, so we're just gonna play the explosives to trigger Surveil.
Just digging for Delirium is what it looks like.
That is not quite it. Yeah, maybe trying to do that before she makes any other decisions. Getting as much information as possible. Especially when it's free information.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to dash Ragavan.
For 3, make a treasure. See what she hits.
Oh, big gosh. Oof, man. Dodge a bullet. Look at No! No!
In distress from that.
Judged by opponent's a bully.
He put himself in this position.
That's still a fine draw. Now you can pitch cast a subtlety.
This endurance is doing work too. Yeah, like 8 now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, endurance has dealt 9 damage so far. Who needs rhinos?
Second one got the counterspell out of her hand too. Yeah. So yeah, just doing a lot here.
Another land. Not some great draws here. See a dash. That's getting pretty low. What is kind of nice is if she does dash here, then if Anthony subtleties it, she can put it on top, and then Unholy Heat, Surveil is guaranteed to be a creature.
Oh, very true.
Yeah. But he's not going to do that. He's going to let Ragavan happen. He gets another sheriffless agent.
Okay, for 3.
Crouching footballs. All right, I'm
Footballs,
casting that.
I'm guessing Anthony's pretty happy that's gone.
Yeah. Making another treasure. Now what do we want to do? There's also like just such a reasonable chance for hitting Delirium right now. It's just so close.
She can
There's
turn it
nothing
on,
guaranteed.
but there's a red source for Anthony.
Oof.
But it's not going to do much with the engineered explosives, which also turns on Delirium for Michelle.
Yes.
So, yeah. Pop.
He's just passing here. She going for
She might be just going for a bolt face.
bolt to the dome.
Yeah, bolt face there.
Trigger.
Look. Hunting Delirium.
Get someone in the yard.
With a counterspell.
Was she keeping it and not fetching? It is definitely something she wants to hold on to. It is a counterspell. Definitely a solid one. Still holding on to that Spire Bluff. I think it's totally.
I'm still unsure why she didn't play that turn 3.
Yeah. A lot of options here. I mean, also now, if he goes for Rhinos, then you can just blow him up. But then you're stuck with Rhinos again in 2 turns. So you just counter the first one. But you counter the one later on.
If she can dash Ragavan, see what happens with Subtlety. Like you said, put it on top on Holy Heat.
Yeah. But if you just hardcast Subtlety here, oh, she's just going to play Ragavan.
There we go. Okay.
No dash. Just jam that little monkey out.
There's Subtlety.
Right, he's going to hardcast Subtlety. I think do you fetch in response? So she's going to counter it.
I like this use of the counter. She doesn't need to hold it for the crashing footfalls because of the engineered explosives.
Yeah. Yeah, this does give an extra turn, because Anthony really can't cast the Violent Outburst next turn, because then the Footfalls will be the following turn, and then she'd be able to 4-for-1 him on the tokens, so it'll hold on to those.
Yeah. Michelle choosing to leave her Surveil on top.
Okay. Yeah, keeping that Scalding Tarn hanging out. So 1, drawing a Tidebinder, a Forest, and a Passerini. Drawing
the Preordain. Not as good of as an expressive iteration, but still not bad here.
Yeah. Trigger. Surveil a Blood Moon. Wow. There's Delirium. And then we're gonna Preordain. There's a Heat and a Land. Oof, the Heat's good here. Bring the heat.
Double and Holy Heat.
Yeah, she's got double and Holy Heat plus Engineered Explosives up now.
She heat the Endurance, take out whatever else. If Anthony casts another Subtlety just as a blocker, heat that, get in for 5 here.
Trigger Surveil. Leave it on top. Right, Endurance is gone.
Yeah, I'm sure leaving the spell on top is not what Anthony wants to see here doing at this point.
Yeah. Combat.
Yeah, there's the Subtlety. There's the Unholy Heat.
All right. Trigger Surveil again. Leave it on the top.
Just double checking, making sure. The hit with Ragavan.
Hitting a
treasure.
What if it hells?
Land on top. It's one of the times where you're like okay with Ragavan hitting you. Or, okay, I didn't want that. I have out now.
Like sure. All right, we're gonna make some Rhinos here.
I believe Anthony's at 1 right now. He was at 6 before and took 5. This past combat.
Whether you're preemptively doing it. Is he really that low? I don't think he would be that low.
He was at 9 when Michelle lightning bolted him, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Oh, wow. Look at those rhinos.
Upgrading,
4-4 rhinos.
Upgrading to TC's Rockets Rhinos.
That's a Lorian revealed. I mean, you just got to go to combat, right? You have to present lethal because she's at 8.
Oh, they can't attack. They just came off.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're 100%.
Suspended
You're 100% right. I'm always just used to violent outbursts, just putting them in at the end of turn and then
Or
getting
any
attacked.
other creature coming in off suspend being able to attack.
Yeah,
the turn you cast
true.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Anthony just casting Lorian revealed right here.
Yeah, seems good.
Michelle's just got a land in hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's going to be it.
Those, not great draws there.
Oh, my gosh. What a game.
Michelle takes it in 2.
Ooh, man. So Michelle's going to be moving on to the finals here. And then we got that one other game going between Patrick and Alex with the creativity on Patrick. And then Alex on Titans. So we'll see how that game is going. And then we'll see you guys in just hopefully a couple minutes for the finals and some more great Magic. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.